All right, hello everybody, and welcome to a challenge run in the Binding of Isaac. I'm calling this the Ultra Purist run. This is the first binding video that I've put up, so let's see how this goes. The Ultra Purist run is much like the Purist run, but adds the element that you cannot go into shops. So everything else is on the table. Secret rooms, arcades, curse rooms, and sacrifice rooms are all okay. If I accidentally walk into a shop or an item room, it's not a big deal. Really, the only qualification is you can't take anything from the item room or the shop. So, oh, I should not have picked up that spirit heart. Alright, so the most important thing to remember in this run is that we're going to need a lot of damage from other places. Usually you get your damage from item rooms and from deal with the devil rooms. Since we don't have item rooms on the table, and we can't get something like the blue candle from a shop, yeah, I thought that was the secret room, it's going to be really important to try to find damage elsewhere. Now, this is huge. This is enormous. Now, some people might have been saying to themselves, why were you walking into the curse room when you had a spirit heart? That is a waste of a spirit heart. But that brings us to one of the important strategies in this run, which is you must play risky. Visiting curse rooms is essential. I shouldn't have picked up that spirit heart. It's very important to conserve health, obviously. So on the first floor, you want to make sure not to pick up spirit hearts until you make sure that you've found if there are any curse or sacrifice rooms that you might want to visit. Because you can always replenish your red hearts. You obviously can't replenish your spirit hearts. So the reason we visit curse rooms is for exactly what I found, which is you pray that there are some deal with the devil items in there. And the nail is something that we're probably going to be carrying with us for the rest of the game. That is a huge bonus playing as CAIN. It's also going to give us health along with damage. Come here. So, oh, that's nice. So the other important ways that we are going to possibly accrue some damage is by either deal with the devil or deal with the angel rooms. Now, deal with the angel rooms, obviously, you can get the halo or you can get Sacred Heart once in a blue moon. But mainly we're going for deal with the devil rooms. And the main way that those appear is by not taking red heart damage on the floor and on the boss room. I believe those work somewhat separately. So, for instance, if you take red heart damage on other rooms in the floor besides the boss room, that is a negative towards getting a possible deal with the devil. But if you don't take damage in the boss room, I think that's also a separate condition that might make it more likely to get a deal with the devil. However, obviously, if you take damage in the boss room, you are forgetting both of those conditions, and it becomes pretty unlikely to get the deal with the devil. Now, we are going to visit that curse room, but for the reasons that I was just talking about, oh, come here, nutsack fly. For the reasons I was just talking about, oh, I should have charged my nail. Okay, mistake number one. Probably should have charged my nail. Deacon flies is not a big deal, but that would have been a fairly large mistake if this was a later floor. Yeah, so I want to keep my spirit heart for the boss fight for the reasons I just mentioned, in case I got hit. You know, if we were fighting like the pony or a champion version of the widow, you're likely to get hit one or two times. All we need to do is not take red heart damage to up our chances of getting the deal with the devil room. And to that end, it's very useful to have a spirit heart, at least one spirit heart by the second floor. You can't get deal with the devil. Oh, that's nice. You can't get deal with the devil rooms on the first floor. All right, Krampus is not so bad. We get a damage upgrade. It's not great, but we don't have to trade any hearts for it. I believe taking this does make it more likely for deal with the devil rooms to appear on later floors. That's the other condition of a deal with the devil room, if you walk in and you don't take an item, I believe it increases your chances of getting a deal with the, that was bad. That was terrible. Getting a deal with the angel room on later floors. If you do take an item, I believe it increases your chances of getting a deal with the devil room. So it's kind of important to take an item in the first deal with the devil room. Now we're just gonna take this guy out. Not too much of a problem. I find Krampus to be one of the more, oh my god, 3 hits is atrocious, especially when you have the nail. I find Krampus to be one of the more difficult kind of mini boss guys to fight without taking damage in the early game. He really does mean sometimes. Alright, we picked up the lump of coal. We have the lump of coal. We have the nail. We are CAIN. So obviously pills are going to be good because we start with the luck foot. All pills are good for CAIN. That is huge. I did random this character, and Poison Touch is excellent, especially if we end up rolling on all spirit hearts. That could be incredibly useful. I will visit that curse room once I complete this floor. I am going to be visiting all of the rooms, especially in the early levels, to try to get those charges up on the nail, to try to get some early spirit hearts. Now, I haven't really talked about secret rooms too much. Ooh, that is wonderful. Obviously, we're going to roll with the nail, but you want to pick up any guppy items you see, like Guppy's head or Guppy's paw, even if you're not going to take them, because it greatly increases your chances of becoming the cat later in the game. If we decide to take like 9 lives and we trade for Guppy's tail, we will become the cat and get the mulligan. The mulligan is a huge bonus to damage, and it's one of the best ways to succeed in an Ultra Purist run like this. Yeah, so for secret rooms, you might be saying, well, why don't you just run the first few floors over and over until you find an Epic or a Dr. Fetus? That is a possibility. It does greatly increase your chances of beating the game, but we're kind of going to try to do without it. That doesn't mean that if I run across it, I'm not going to take an Epic Fetus or a Dr. Fetus. I definitely will, but I think it's more interesting to try to beat these runs without it, because those items are pretty overpowered. If you're able to get something that increases your health, like a Book of Revelations or a nail or the Miter or the Relic, any combination of those, coupled with maybe flying and Dr. Epic Fetus, you have a really good chance to beat the game, regardless of whether you're going into shops or item rooms. Item rooms almost become superfluous to that run, unless they're increasing your health or, I don't know, your tiers or something. I should have used the nail on that last room. Forgive me. This is one of the first videos that I'm recording while playing Binding of Isaac, and it is harder to concentrate and talk about what I'm doing at the same time. I am gaining a lot more respect for the Let's Players, notably Northern Lion, who is a wonderful Let's Player of the Binding of Isaac. And if you haven't checked out his channel, you definitely should. Yeah, I'm gaining a lot of respect for how they're able to consistently play pretty well and describe what they're doing the whole time. It is not as easy as it sounds. So for people who are always commenting that Let's Players stink and they're always making mistakes, it is very difficult to concentrate. Although I guess they do have a lot of practice. So, yeah, we're on the Catacombs Part 1. Obviously, Catacombs, Necropolis, the Utero are not the best floors for us. They are more difficult. And I actually think Catacombs is one of the more difficult alternate floors, given kind of like how much damage you usually have at that point in the game. This room is terrible. I almost always get hit once on this room. See, Nutsack Flies, not so bad. Spirit Hearts. I'd say, oh god, this room is a nightmare. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of these rooms on the Catacombs where I feel like I'm almost guaranteed to take some damage. Most notably with those nutsack flies, as Northern Line has dubbed them, greed heads are incredibly difficult. A room like this, where unless you have flying and you can get out of the way, it's really difficult to avoid taking at least one hit of damage. So if you're really low on health, it can be very difficult to not die in that instance. Now, I definitely am going to use the crystal ball in hopes of getting a spirit heart. Oh wow, the Hierophant. That's even better. I am going to roll with the nail though. We want the damage along with the spirit hearts that it gives. This was perfect. We got our nail charge for the boss fight. So we're going to head on over there and do that. Let's see, what else have I not talked about? We're doing pretty well. I could open that. In fact, yeah, why not? Let me go ahead and open this chest. So hoping for something like spirit hearts or even an item would have been delightful. Obviously, everything else is on the table. Like I said, all items from chests. That includes items on the chest, judgment items, demon judgment items, everything like that. So yeah, another very useful way to get damage, just to try to run through all the options, is a trick with 9 lives, which I forget where I heard about it, but when you have extra lives from either 9 lives, the Ankh, or the 1-up, you can do something that allows you to accrue a number of different items from one boss. And basically what happens is, you'll notice that when you have extra lives and you die, I should probably know, and you die in a room, you respawn outside the room and you're forced to fight the room over again. Now, this usually happens when there are still enemies left in the room. But you can cause it to happen on purpose for the sake of getting more deal with the devil items. For instance, from like the Fallen or more cubes of meat from one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. So what you do is, let's say you have 9 lives, and let's say you have 1 heart. Well, I've got to pick this up. Kill the boss, take the cube of meat. You have to have something like a bomb or a kamikaze, some way to kill yourself within the room. You kill yourself in the room, you're transported out of the room, and you're forced to fight the boss again. Now, when you beat him, he gives you another item. So you can do this 5 or 6, 7 times if you have the bombs for it, or it's like some way to kill yourself. And this can allow you to get like a level, 2 level 4 meat boys is something some people use it for. If you're fighting the Fallen, it can allow you to deal with the devil items over and over again. Now, most people do this, in any run, but it's really important in an Ultra Purist run, because it can really allow you to get a lot of extra damage that you need. You can also do it in a normal boss fight, and just accrue, say, a lot of like tears and health and range upgrades. But it's arguably, I don't know, it's arguably not as useful as trying to get like a bunch of meat boys or, deal with the devil items or something. So that's actually a really useful strategy. Now for CAIN, obviously, those slot machines, especially the fortune teller machines, are really useful because they pay out a lot of spirit hearts when you have the luck foot. They can pay out really good trinkets. As we saw earlier, they can pay out the crystal ball. They are allowed in this run. Now, both of the ones have Bladed blown up, and I have a bunch of money because we're obviously not going to be spending any money in the shops. So unless we find like Judgment, we're not really using the money for anything. I was not planning on spamming those until they blew up. It's not like a terrible idea. I'm gonna get one more charge on it's not a terrible idea, but I think it makes the game, I don't know, a little less fun. I really don't want to stand there and play the slot machine for a million years. I hear in the new version of the game, it's possible that there will be an option to input the amount of money you want to use on a slot machine, excuse me, and have it pay out all at once, which would be an excellent upgrade to the game. I'm super excited for Rebirth to come out. It's going to be incredibly exciting. I haven't been reading too much about it, but obviously any new content to the Binding of Isaac is greatly appreciated for those of us who have spent quite a few hours playing the original Binding and the Wrath of the Lamb, because it is an excellent game, and we thank Edmund McMillan very much for making it. So we're going to hope to get another deal with the devil from this floor. We did not get one on the last floor. That was kind of disappointing. Here we go. All right, this speed upgrade actually is useful. All right, let's think about this. Brother Bobby is a damage upgrade. It's not a great damage upgrade, though. I am doing incredibly well on health. I think I should really consider rolling on Spirit Hearts for the rest of the game. So I'm going to actually pick up both of these in hopes that I can get another deal with the devil item later on. And I do see a mini boss over there that I think I'm going to fight, just in case it gives me something sweet. You know, I think we picked up Poison Touch earlier, I think, although I'm having a hard time remembering now. And if we did, having Polaroid Invincibility is incredibly useful with Poison Touch. Super Envy is super annoying, but could give us the Attack Fly, which is an item, and in an Ultra Purist run like this, all items are wonderful. Yeah, what was I saying? I totally forget. Oh yeah, permanent Polaroid Invincibility, when you're rolling with all Spirit Hearts, is incredibly useful, especially when you have the virus. It allows you to do a lot of damage to Isaac and Blue Baby, something that's going to be absolutely necessary to beat the game. And so I think it's usually a good strategy, especially when you have something like the nail that can give you Spirit Hearts. Obviously, it's a more viable strategy when you have one of the batteries, battery 9-volt, Nun's Habit, whatever. So you can guarantee yourself more Spirit Hearts, or conversely, if you have the Miter or the Relic, both, those are all great options. But you kind of have to take what you can get in a run like this. As I said, you got to play risky. You can't really play to survive floor to floor. You kind of have to play sacrificing your health for things that you think might allow you to beat the game later on. So speed up, that was great. I think we're at as much speed as we want to be at, probably, for the rest of the game. When you have too much speed, it can become pretty difficult to maneuver around things like those spikes, or to dodge accurately. I don't know. Maybe some people have different opinions on that. So you have the Empress card. I'm probably going to try to hold on to that card as long as possible. It could serve very useful in combination with the nail. I think I'm almost positive that it does add damage along with the nail. Like, I think if you use nail, I think nail does not stack with something like the devil card, which is really just a one-time Book of Belial. I'm almost positive the devil card does not stack with the Book of Belial. I think you just get one use. Oh my god, terrible, terrible. So we have Necropolis. We're really getting kind of screwed on these alternate floors here. But you take what you get, and you deal with it. I hate these guys. I hate them so much. Alright, one bonfire. We're really doing pretty well, though. A lot of these runs get in pretty early. Finding the nail early on was great luck. And so I'm hoping to make pretty good use of that luck to at least get us to the cathedral, maybe? You can usually get to the cathedral, I don't know, without too much trouble otherwise. If you're able to, I don't know, not take that many hits on the room. Because the Mom's Heart boss fight, as many people point out, is not the hardest boss fight in the game. It's pretty easy. Yeah, Spirit Heart is lovely. Oh, we are on an XL floor, I believe. I have not been paying too much attention. Oh my god, I got hit. Oh, I want to get out of this room anyway. I hate this room. XL floor, let's see, not good for us, in fact, because if we were on Necropolis 1 or Depths 1, we would have the chance to get another deal with the devil. We do not anymore, because Mom and Mom's Heart boss fights, when they open those rooms up, actually, I believe you just can't get it on the Mom's fight. Okay, this room is going terribly. Obviously, I hate these guys. I hate them more than life itself. I wish the nail would proc, but needs one more room. I know in the Mom's Heart boss fight, if you walk into the deal with the devil or the deal with the angel rooms, it's simply, oh my god, get out of there. It simply takes you down to Satan. Or, yeah, I think it takes you down to Satan in both of those. So it's not good in a run where you're really relying on those deal with the devil and deal with the angel rooms to get XL fours, really ever, except on the first floor. You can't get a deal with the devil or deal with the angel on the first floor, so it's not nearly as important. So just take these guys out real fast. But I mean, the strategy that I was proposing for us to run on Spirit Hearts only kind of requires that I get another deal with the devil, unless I find, say, like a blood bank or something. But first of all, it's easy to pick up a red heart accidentally, and so that's kind of a risky strategy if that's all you're using. I've taken a lot of damage on this floor, which is obviously not optimal. Just gonna be a little careful here with this last one. Should be using my Ouija board effects to greater, or using them more. Trade a bomb for a key, not too bad. I cannot believe there are more of these hearts. I wish we had flying. If we had flying and Ouija board, I'll Spirit of the Night, or really any flying item at this point, since we already have the Ouija board. That would be so wonderful. Oh, please die. Also gonna open this up. Why not? These hearts are a total nightmare. Yeah, I guess each floor kind of presents its own difficulties, especially the alternate floors. Necropolis, it's mainly these guys. The greed heads on the catacombs, especially the caves. Utero, I'm not really sure what the problem with Utero is. I'm sure there is a problem. I just can't think of one right now. Let's see here. This room is not too bad. We found the boss room. We don't need to go tromping around here. I would love if we could fight this boss without... Oh, the pony. Weak. So, in fact, we could trade our nail for flying in this room. But I do not think it's advisable because we really need the damage. I think it's possible to get a cube of meat upgrade from this boss. Ooh, where did he go? Did he die? I didn't think he died. Why is he off screen? Maybe he did die. I thought he was just doing his flying pattern. Oh well. Yeah, we really need the damage from the nail, and so I don't think we're going to be able to pick up the horse head, which is a pretty mediocre item. I mean, we could take it around the rest of the floor, kind of like try to get as many advantages as we can. Well, we'll at least pick it up. But we're not going to do that because we're lazy. And Blue Mom, that sucks. Hoping for regular Mom. And our damage is not excellent. We've not gotten the kind of upgrades from Deal with the Devil rooms that I've been hoping for. Obviously, this run is easier with something like a Mom's Knife. But it's very doable without. I know a lot of people hate runs that include Mom's Knife because it's a little bit overpowered. I think it's, you know, I think it's still a pretty fun item, and especially on an Ultra Purist run like this, it certainly doesn't guarantee victory in any wise. This fight is not going too well. I was really hoping we were going to be doing more damage than this, especially with the nail. We've already used the nail. So I was really expecting that we were going to have more damage here. It is not so. It is a problem. We will see whether we can't. I don't even know. I mean, I think it's theoretically possible to get the pentagram from this room, although that was close. Probably not. Damn. She is still at like 40% health right now. That is disastrous. If we had like Samson's block or something, that would be incredibly useful. We're also not in a position to get the invincibility from the Polaroid once we get this Polaroid, so heading on into what I hope is the womb is not going to be super easy. Let's see. Okay, she's almost dead. A couple more hits. One more eye hits. Come on. Foot, die. Yes, you didn't hit me. Okay, Cat o' Nine Tails. That is awful. Spirit Heart is useful, obviously. Is it going to be enough? Absolutely not. And now we're kind of in trouble. Oh, no. XL4. This is a nightmare. This is not good. XL4s, again, do not give us the option of getting a deal with the devil. This is tragic because unless we find a Joker card, this is really our last chance. Now, by the way, if you find a Joker card in an XL4 like this and you use it, you will not be transported to a real deal with the devil or deal with the angel. You will be transported to the room that will let you go down to Satan. So if you're trying to beat Satan, it's a very useful card. But if you're trying to go up to the cathedral, A, you can't get up from that room, so you're just wasting the Joker card. And B, there will be no deal with the devil or deal with the angel. You should save it. You can use it on the cathedral. I cannot believe I took a hit in this room. You can absolutely use it on the cathedral where you will get one of those options. I almost feel like I should bomb around here a little bit to see if there are any tinted grabs. Obviously, oh, greed, get out of here. Obviously, finding something like the damage rock is super useful. God, we are so weak right now. Yeah, our chances of beating the game, I would say, are incredibly low, especially from the way I've been playing. I've not been playing optimally. I would have wanted to take I was playing pretty well up to Necropolis. This kind of went wrong at Necropolis. I am going to open this golden chest in hopes of it being Little Steven, not Little Steven, the Steven damage upgrade. I'm really hoping the bosses are over here because I don't want to have to wander around too long, getting hit all the while. Okay. That's terrible damage. Okay, an arcade. So, I remember earlier in this run I said I did not want to spam the, why am I dodging so poorly? I did not want to spam like the fortune teller, but if it's in there, it really might be in our best interest to do so. I think, unfortunately, that if we use the blood bank to try to get down to a half red heart, it's not going to work. Okay, there is no fortune teller. I think it's going to take away one of our spirit hearts. So that's just not a viable strategy. I'm not going to play these guys. It could give me like spirit hearts, but money. What a waste. Oh no, but this is fine actually, because we got rid of one red heart. We can at least pick up a half red heart. Obviously, it's important to roll with not full health in your red hearts, but only half health in one of them, so that you can get at least one use of your Polaroid invincibility when you get down to your last hit. If you have full health, you will not get that invincibility, and there's nothing that does half damage on the Womb and Beyond, so it's totally useless to hold on to. Oh my god. it's totally useless to, yeah, try to get full health. Although, I mean, it's easy to accidentally pick up a half heart. Perfectly understandable mistake, but it can be detrimental. I think, more runs than one might think will, the difference will be whether or not you get that Polaroid invincibility, or at least a lot of runs where, oh, see, that's a great example. Now, where you're trying to get to the chest. I do still have this blood bank, so I'm going to continue to use that and try not to pick up another red heart. I'm really gonna. Oh my god, nightmare! That was tragic. That was tragic. These guys definitely should be able to avoid damage in this room. Although, oh god, oh terrible. Oh no! All right, these guys are still unbelievably annoying. Oh my god. All right. Well, we are more or less gonna die pretty quickly. Let's see. Why did I go into this room without picking up health? That was not the smartest decision. Somebody remind me to go pick up health after this room. Did I kill this fetus? Alright. We can't pick that up. We need to roll with the Polaroid. So we're going to go back and collect a little health. Once again, the odds of us successfully completing this run are tragically low. Actually, funny thing, we can probably go to that boss trap room right now. Yeah, because we're at half a heart. Which will give us health, which is something, you know? As Northern Line would say, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth when it comes to any items in this Ultra Purist run. Loki should probably go down without me having to take a hit. And then, I don't know who we can find next. Maybe Pete is up next. Very possible. Let that bomb fly away. Ah, Monster 2. Even better. So we're just going to get him going in his little pattern here. Unfortunately, we have such low damage that it takes forever. Although our speed is fine for getting back and forth, so it's not a problem. Yeah, so if I had to do a post-mortem analysis on this game, thinking that we are absolutely going to lose, I would say, obviously we took too much damage. Got to work on that dodging. It's a little difficult to play as effectively when I'm trying to do this commentary, but got to work on that. Other than that, not getting the deal with the Devil Rooms early on was kind of unlucky because we did have Spirit. We were not taking red heart damage. We did have Spirit Hearts. I just blew those up to see if the damage rock would be in there. Nope. Nope. We did have Spirit Hearts, so we were not taking red heart damage. So I'm kind of surprised we didn't get another deal with the Devil Room. So we weren't able to pick up something like Brimstone or Mom's Knife, even the Pact or the Mark, which really aren't that great as damage upgrades, but, anything will do. Oh, little Steven, or Steven damage. All right. We still have a chance. Oh my god, and the Fallen. Okay, the Fallen could give us anything. We are going to use the nail here to try to get, I don't know. I don't know why I used the nail. I should have saved it. But we need to kill this Fallen, because we could get anything. We could get Mom's Knife. We could get Brimstone. Please don't give me, like, the Monster Manuel. That would be tragic. I am going to throw a bomb in there. Come on. Oh, nice. Yeah, you can argue that I shouldn't have picked up the Brother Bobby Ouija board combination. I mean, those items are total garbage by themselves. But I really thought we were going to get, we were not going to get 2 XL4s. Meaning that we could not get any. All right. Poison damage, not a game changer, but every little bit counts. So I could have just charged this nail up, but I don't know. Decided to just go for it. Kind of just want to get to the chest if possible. Oh man, we are out of bombs too. Oh, I spoke too soon. We are not out of bombs. That is incredibly useful. Is it possible that we could beat this? I would say it is theoretically possible that we could get to the chest. And if we get to the chest and we find, any of our favorites, Mom's Knife, even something like Lard or the Wafer is actually, I don't have any more bombs. The Wafer is just unbelievable on the chest. It, by making everything half damage, it effectively doubles the amount of hearts that you have, which is obviously incredibly important. If you have full red invincibility and you pick up the Wafer, I mean that's a killer combination. But on a run like this, you can really only get it in the chest because we're not visiting item rooms. All right, Chubb, let's go, buddy. Come on, we got places to be. I have got a fetus to kill. I've said it so many times and it's still so uncomfortable. Those are not my views. Those are the views. Those are the realities of the game. In fact, I do none of these things in real life. Not a single one, except cry. I have cried in real life, since those are supposedly Isaac's tears coming out. But I've never physically damaged anybody with my tears, as far as I'm aware. As far as I'm aware, my tears are not quite so damaging as our friend Isaac's here. All right, just a little more to go. This has been a good boss fight so far. I've not taken damage. Don't expect to at this point, unless she spams a bomb at me that I cannot dodge. And dead. Okay, we did not pick up another spirit heart. That's a little disappointing. I'm just going to show you here that if we go in, we're just going to go down to the to Sheol, which is not where we want to be. We are up in the cathedral. I hate you, Greed. He's gonna ruin this whole run for me. Oh, the door opened. Get out. Alright, this is terrible. I hate Greed. Widow, definitely somebody we should not be taking damage on. I don't know, there's like, you find, basically all the bosses scattered around randomly through the cathedral and the room. Along with things like these angel fetuses. I think, personally, I think there's a huge difference in some of the floors that you'll find. Some of the chest floors, or it seems like the entirety of the floor in the chest can be something like, floats everywhere, which are, okay, let's make sure not to die on this room. Let me focus for 1 second. That'd be tragic. Yeah, bloats everywhere. Those are unbelievably difficult. As opposed to like fighting Gertie all the time, which is not so bad. Okay, so we can't pick up this red heart. We can't pick it up because it won't make any difference for us. So now every room is scary. All right, Champion Widow can kill us because of those shots that he spams out. Oh shoot! That was close. I wish we had Rage. I don't know why. I don't think Rage is that great of an item, but right now, I'm feeling it. Alright. Gotta kill this guy. And it's super safe. Alright. The matchstick does nothing for us, and we can take one hit again. Alright, one hit. And we're gonna get a charge on our nail pretty soon. I really wish I'd. Oh my god. That was terrible. I really wish I hadn't wasted some earlier in the game. I just kind of thought we were done for. And I was, you saw I wasted like 3 bombs looking for, what was I looking for? Oh, like a tinted rock. See if we could pick up a damage rock. Alright, I could so easily die right here. This is a goddamn nightmare. Okay. He is dead. Greed is dead, and we have a chance. There's a chance to beat this room at least. All right, I think we should definitely beat this room now. But we need some health pretty desperately. Don't drop money. Okay. Well, we're gonna get at least one spirit heart from the nail. All right. We should not have been taking so much damage from these evil fetuses. Are we really that weak? Oof. I'm like scared all of a sudden. Oh, come at me. All right. No, don't come at me. All right. Champion, you are going down. All right, a half heart. Well, once again, that half heart is not useful until we find another one. Oh, I hate these guys. Man, I wish we had something like bra or something the contact. See, you can't really. Where are you gonna find those items? You know, I guess you can get basically anything from a judgment. But that's why having Isaac is pretty useful in the Ultra Purist run. He can reroll, obviously. It makes the deal with the Devil Runes much more viable when you can reroll the items. You're much more likely to get something that's going to take you through the end of the game. CAIN is useful, though, because of his luck. We really did not find a lot of pills on this run. I can remember finding, like, one speed-up pill. Is that what we got? I hate this guy again. And besides that, we really didn't. I'm trying to get him to open this door. I'm trying to get the horse to close the door open so I don't have to fight this room. You know, sometimes on CAIN runs, if you pick up the safety cap, which gives you a lot of extra pills throughout your run, you can find like a lot of health upgrades, a lot of things to help you through. So yeah, just to run through the characters really fast. Judas is obviously difficult insofar as he has the least amount of health. Therefore, obviously, you're going to need to find some health or some spirit hearts, and it's going to be harder to make deals with the devil. However, he starts with the Book of Belial, and he starts with the highest base damage. That was huge. Which can be really big throughout the game. I would say, arguably, it's easier to find health from things via the Nail, the Book of Revelations, random spirit hearts, and tinted rocks, health upgrades, stuff like that, than it is to find really decent damage. More greed. God. See, this is what I'm talking about. There are floors. Oh, jeez. There are floors on the cathedral where, oh no, this is not good, where you don't end up fighting greed over and over again. I don't think there are floors you don't end up fighting at all. Maybe other people. Oh, that's it. I was going to say maybe other people don't find them as hard. I clearly do. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the first of what I guess will be many attempts to try to beat the game with at least one character going into no item rooms and no shops. Potentially we could try it with every character. I don't know. I'm going to continue to random which character I play. If that ends up not working for a long time, or if we keep getting Samson and Blue Baby, then maybe we'll just try Isaac. But anyway, thanks for watching.